What's up, buds? Andy from Album Hunters here. This week, end of January, we got two great releases to share with you. Let me tell you how this works. Every week, I get the top two albums from the pack in the underground, and at the end of the month, I choose my favorite CD, which I will buy their CD from, and promote that same album to you guys so you can support the artist too. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, all of the above. Let's get into it. My runner-up for this week is Jaggu's Rites of the Damned. This is an independent release by a very small Norwegian band, but they have a lot of punch. They are very catchy, groovy. Let's get into it. First thing I really like about this album is it reminds me, one, of Mastodon, specifically the album Leviathan, and then also the cover of Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck by the band Demon Hunter on their third album, The Triptych, which is one of my favorite alternative metal albums to this date. A lot to say here on the production. It's very well paced throughout. They have a nice interlude where they have acoustic guitar melodies sprinkled throughout this album. Very tasteful, nice way to deepen the wall of sound. And then also, it's 8 tracks of 40 minutes, which is a perfect album length in my opinion. Also, if we talk about the guitars generally, they're very prudent in how they exercise their muscles, so to speak. They're not like Gloire Eternal, where it's just a circle jerk of, oh, look at all this cool stuff that we can do for an hour, 15 minutes. No, they're like, you know what, we're going to save all of our guts and our skills at the last track, which is my favorite, God to Be Through, track number 8, and it just feels like a thrash metal song, but with sludge production. Who does that? They did, and it's great. Besides that, let's look at the vocals. I would say they don't have the best vocalist, but the things that make it imperfect, like the slight off-pitch stuff, the more like strained vocal patterns, whether it's harshest or cleans, that adds more texture and flavor to this sludge soup, and it just makes it all the more interesting each time you reach back into the album because you just have more things to look for. I think bands like No Doubt, so Gwen Stefani, or even if you look at Britney Spears, they don't have the best voices in any way, but they're able to use what they have so effectively and so catchily that it just works great. And so I feel like in the same way, these guys have created a really good, great sludge album. And so for that reason, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 arrowheads. Great job, guys. Album of the week this week, hands down, is Subliminal Master by Primal Code. It's in the thumbnail. It's incredible. Here's why. It's an EP, so I cheated a little bit, but it's 15 minutes long, 4 tracks. Doesn't waste any time. Goes right into early 90s death metal with the first track, Totem. Then you have Void, which is basically a sampling of this eerie guy's vocals that has like a phasing effect on it. And he's just admiring this animal that doesn't have inhibitions with morality or justice or any of that. He just does it. Awesome theme. I think it's fresh in the death metal scene, and it's a great way, I think, to take crossover thrash and early death metal to the next level, in my opinion. I've not been as excited about an album like this since Faceless Burial's Speciation album, which was like 2.5 years ago. And so a lot to say here. Besides that, I liked Overload the best. It starts right away with the slow tempo, and then it just goes right into the fastness. It just blends it super well, like Faceless Burial too. So if you guys don't already know who they are, they're an Australian group. Check them out, they're great. Besides that, I also felt like the crossover thrash elements, so like Ninth Realms of Fate Unbroken, which was on my honorable mentions list from last year. But really, this is just an incredible all killer, no filler record. It ends off too with like the sampling of like these evil predation animal noises, along with the crazy wah-wahs and final guitar riff. I really don't have anything wrong to say about this record. The only thing I wish was that they had like more music that I could listen to. And so for that, I'm giving this like a 4.5 out of 5 arrowheads. That might be over bloating it, but compared to some of the other death metal releases we've seen this month, I feel like if I overrate something, it should be this. Great job, guys. If you ever come to Denver, sign me up. Let me know. I'll be there. Thank you for watching, guys. Next video will be the Album of the Hunt month conclusion. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave a notification bell on, and most importantly, support the artists that you hear and that you like. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace out.